said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic. Cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
Yeah, right. If you had proper FU money.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine, right?
Yeah.
FU money. Should we put a number on it? Billies, not millies.
So
Billies.
just
Like FU
like an endless
money.
stream, pretty much.
Yeah, FU money. How would you live? What would you do?
I think I'm probably the worst person to ask. I'm a bit boring, like in sort of, I think I'd obviously make sure I'd have a nice house and everything like that, but it wouldn't be too nice. I wouldn't want a big mansion because you wouldn't use it. But then like, I'd make sure like, I'd have a house big enough that's like, I'd use all of it or whatever, but like the land around it. So I'd have all sorts. So I could have my own facilities, like any sort of sports, like so basketball courts, football, everything I wanted to do, I could do it at home. But I'd have like a huge like car garage with all like luxury cars. I think that's probably like what most people would do.
Like MTV crib style?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd have a moat.
A moat?
A moat.
To stop people from getting in.
Yeah, well.
With a drawbridge.
I guess if you've got FU money, bailiffs ain't coming around anymore. I don't think.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, just, I've got FU money. And if you've got FU money, like, why not have a moat? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, you can do anything you want.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have crocodiles. In the FU money. I'd have a
drawbridge.
A drawbridge.
Yeah. But like real life Minecraft.
Yeah, I think what I've envisioned in my head when I think of FU money, I'm seeing a castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd bring castles back.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with what they're called, like turrets.
Like an old medieval castle. Or,
Yeah. But it'd be nice inside.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Fully renovated. And...
Yeah. Wi-Fi throughout, Sonos speakers, everything.
Every room, yeah.
Yeah, this sort of thing. FU money.
Oh,
that would be a good one, wouldn't it? Right in the middle of a lake.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And like, if you got FU money, like, you ain't got no financial problems. Nobody's coming knocking on your door. But if you like, I don't know, maybe FU money people have their own beefs and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So maybe like another FU money guy, like, he's got beef with you and like
trying to outdo each other.
Yeah, and he's, I don't know, to the drive like Rolls Royces and stuff. Maybe, what you could do, like, if you had FU money, you could do like jousting, but you could do it in Rolls Royces.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you could have like, you'd have a driver.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Parker out of the Thunderbirds. My lady. That guy.
Yeah.
You too.
I'm a bit young. I remember the Thunderbirds.
Yeah. Well,
but,
Lady Penelope's driver was called Parker.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'd have a Parker.
Yeah.
We'd probably have to call him Parker just for effect. And you could sit on top of your Rolls Royce and joust. With the next
maybe
closest.
Out the sunroof, just ready.
Yeah. Because obviously, like, you can't joust a car; it's going to snap.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you sat on top, then it's sport, innit?
Well, yeah.
FU money. We might have started a sport there.
Might be a bit expensive to get into.
I'm not saying. I mean, we haven't got FU money.
No.
But we should maybe like get the rights to that, and
could be a new thing. Could be a new.
People
thing.
said UFC was silly once. Just saying.
Yeah.
They're doing slaps now, right?
Oh yeah, slaps.
Right.
Well, there's actually a woman version now, and it's on the arse instead, and it's actually a sport, like an actual thing. I'm pretty sure.
No way.
Swear to God, I see it like on TikTok, scrolling through like my For You page. They do obviously, but I've seen it with
what bum slaps?
They're doing the bum slaps. I don't know why it would be a full sport, but there's also what's that other one as well?
There actually is.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my dear, how do we view this?
I don't think we can put this episode
Look,
out.
whoa, just side note, like, after this, can you put me onto this? This looks like a sport you want to follow. Jesus.
Yeah.
didn't know this was. Mate, what you?
I thought you were lying, Shane.
I thought you were lying, man.
I'm not making it up, man. But there's stupid stuff, isn't there? Like what's that? The telephone boxing or UFC or whatever, where they're literally getting like a telephone box and just
No way.
yeah.
What do you mean, telephone boxing?
It's like they'd have a fight in a telephone box, but obviously they can't get away from each other, so they're just swinging bats.
Is it like an actual size?
Yeah, like
telephone
an
box?
actual. No, it is.
I think that's in Russia, isn't it?
Yeah, look.
Wow.
So they put two lads in there, and I think they're like hands. Something is strapped together with them, so they can't sort of hit the floor. And yeah, they just go.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
Imagine
some
that.
crazy sports these days.
Yeah, it is crazy.
So what? They just fight until
Makes you
somebody
think.
falls.
It makes you think though, because obviously these must be actual sports that are done, and people show up to watch and everything like that. Like, who thinks of it? Oh, I know what we'll do. We can get UFC, but we'll put it in a telephone box.
This is what I'm saying. So,
Yeah, there's a few I can think of. I've seen.
well, when people initially said, we're going to have slap competitions or bum slapping competitions or fight in a phone box, people probably said that was silly. If we said that 20 years ago, you'd say that's silly.
Well, I'd still say it is, but
Yeah.
it's getting.
But it's now probably like
it's probably making money now.
no one's beating that big guy, are there?
No,
Yeah,
What's going on? Is this a Dana White thing?
I can't imagine.
I don't think Dana's involved in this one. They just look crazy.
I love that they've actually made it a phone box.
Yeah,
Like they haven't just got a small space. They've
Yeah.
actually got a phone box.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I saw the other day, you've probably all seen it floating around, where it had, I don't know what the correct terminology is, but people who are like,
Little people.
yeah, smaller
Small.
people, yeah, who were racing camels. Yeah.
What, like,
Like a camel.
are the camels small or
Like
normal
from-
size?
It wasn't a small camel. No, it was a full. I know it was probably unfair, really. But camels are quite slow. From this video, this camel looks slow. But they were having a race, and it was like I think it was unfair on the camel because the camel seemed to be running the race himself, but the little guys were doing like a relay, with a baton.
Yeah. Okay.
And the clip I saw was, in a relay you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the video starts on number 3, and he's losing. The camel's going faster. And when you're first watching the video, you're like, well, what's the point in this? Like, this camel's destroying this team of smaller people. But he gave the baton to what I can only describe as the Usain Bolt of little people in the back stretch. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mate, the
Well, that's what they do. They
suspense.
put the fastest last, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, well, this was ringing true here. This little guy was flying. I put it to you, he could put a good race up to,
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
I won't
like
say normal people.
Normal sized.
Normal
I guess.
sized
Well,
people.
what is normal size?
I don't know. Normal size has got bigger.
Has it?
Well,
I think I'm not that tall. I'm like below average. I think I'm like 5'7", but
Average height is roughly 5'9".
yeah, so I'm below average.
well, yeah, we are getting bigger. Like, you just look at things like boxing and stuff. For example,
Yeah.
you go back just 50 years ago, a 6-foot heavyweight was a big heavyweight,
Yeah.
And now, if you get a 6-foot heavyweight, you're too small.
Yeah, they're
Like
like
you've-
giants now. Like
Yeah, it got to be like 6'6" or 6'5" to
Yeah.
compete, innit? But I think that is true, right? Like, through history, like, we've got bigger. So if you go back like 1,000 years, people were like 5 foot tall, max,
Yeah.
except Vikings.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Except
Mind you,
Vikings.
like even in school though, like I've noticed most people in my year, like I was one of the smallest in the year, like although I'm still small, I actually was a lot smaller, like in school.
That tends to happen when you're
Yeah,
younger.
I was like third shortest in the school, but like sort of year 9, when people, after the 6 weeks, I remember people just shot up. Like I was still a midget, more than I am now, but like everyone was just like giants. Like I was like, I was last year, previous, just like talking to him, like near enough same height, and they just shot up like in the holidays. And I come back, I was like, how is everyone doing this? And it's like they're in the 6 foots. But yeah, honestly, I just
School was like that though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's so unfair. Like, because people grow at different times. I was like you, I was one of the small guys. Always one of the small guys.
No.
Yeah, fam. I grew when I was about 19. Yeah, I was like a weird, like, late developer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through school, I was the second smallest in my year.
Really?
There was a guy that
Well, how tall are you now?
I don't know.
You don't know how tall?
Well, it's been a while since I've been in the police stations. Maybe I was six. I was 6'1" last time I was in the police station, but I might have had shoes on.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, when else? How do you measure? How do you measure yourself?
Doctors.
Doctors.
Well, I mean, I don't go to the doctors much.
No.
I should. But
You should. You should.
I've got a few health concerns.
Have you?
Uh,
Such as what?
well, you know me, Dan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, it's not really like I'm not too bothered about it.
Others are.
Yeah. Toilet breaks might go on a little bit longer sometimes, depending on what I've had. If it's spicy, that's normal for people. But yeah,
I think 2 or 3 a day is like fine though, right?
2 or 3 a day.
Goes.
I wish.
You
Yeah.
way past that.
Yeah. Well, it depends really. Like, if I'm busy, it just doesn't cross my mind.
No.
But like,
When you're at work and not busy.
yeah, pretty much. Like if I'm at work and stuff and I don't want to do the work, then yeah, I'll make time.
Yeah.
I'll make some time.
Yeah,
but,
you do.
And yeah, I think like, I literally, well, obviously you know me from, previous works. And like that wouldn't be my first trip to the toilet,
No.
I mean, I don't know if this is good content, I will say.
We don't make good content, so let's go.
But yeah, obviously like, but it's in the family, like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Inherited it.
Well, my mum's just been diagnosed with Crohn's.
What's Crohn's?
I don't know, something to do with your bowels.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't shit myself,
No.
I just know when I know when I need to go. But like, my dad's got diverticulitis as well.
What's that?
I don't know. Again, I'm not really clued up with the medical terms. I just know what they're called. But like, I know with Crohn's you can end up with a bag. Like a little stoma. Yeah. My mum's not at that stage, like, but she's getting some medication. I don't know what it is. That should sort her out. It's like an EpiPen, but like not an EpiPen. Obviously, it's not.
Something she has to take all the time.
Yeah, it's like every 2 weeks, but she should be on it like all the time. Like she shouldn't come off it, but it should give her a good like life again.
Yeah, it says Crohn's disease is a lifelong condition where parts of the digestive system become inflamed.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a few things I need to get checked out because there's other things as well, like heart disease and all that. And I'm not the skinniest. I used to be skinny, but
Did you?
yeah, since starting the web, office jobs, that kind of.
Were you a skinny kid at school?
Yeah, I was always like, well, I play football every day.
You like football?
Yeah, well, I like playing it. I don't watch it a lot. Like, I like watching the big stuff, like Euros, World Cup and all that. Like, that's fun because the whole family get together and stuff, like go to my dad's bar or something.
Yeah.
Put it on the telly and whatever else. But I like playing like most sports, really. I might not have been good at them as such, but I always enjoyed them. But yeah, I was like quite skinny. But then as soon as I hit like web development when I was around 19, 20, I think I was 20, I started like an apprenticeship and stuff. But, being like, obviously I'm from Middlesbrough and
I'm sorry to hear
working.
that.
Yeah. It's a nice place.
It's lovely.
No, it's not.
It's full of character and characters.
Yeah. But yeah, but I worked in the town centre, so pretty much every place to eat at my disposal. So like I'd go to Spoons sometimes.
Not drinking.
Well, I'd have like one maybe. Sometimes it depends because I stopped doing like the 1 pint because I'd get tired. Alcohol makes me tired. So I don't want to be like crashing whilst I'm at the office. So I'd have like KFC, Subway. I had Subway twice a day sometimes because I'd go on a morning for breakfast every day, and then
My man.
Oh yeah, I was 10 stone when I was 20, and I'm like 16 stone now.
16 stone?
Yeah.
You hide it well. 16 stone?
I'm 16 stone, yeah.
I don't know how. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You don't look like 16 stone. You
yeah,
look like
so
14 stone.
I weighed myself literally like recently as well. So.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I've at the gym. I go to a gym. I tried to go to the gym. I went three times with my friend. He's actually doing really well. He was 24 stone now.
Gosh.
So I'm the fat friend now.
Right. Has he lost some?
He's actually just like gone under me now.
Has he?
So he's actually lost like 10 stone something, or I don't know, whatever. But he's bulking up as well, like with it. So like it's kind of hard, obviously. I don't know, like you're a big gym goer, aren't you? So obviously
A little bit.
You're absolutely jacked. But yeah, he's
I love that phrase, jacked.
yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Where's jacked come from, Southpaw? I like that. I'm assuming there was a guy called Jack.
Was that Jack the Lad? Maybe.
Must be.
Um,
You know what, this thing, we're like, what do I know? I'm not a trainer. I don't know nothing. I just go to the gym, right? Just a fan.
how long have you been going to the gym?
8 years. But, you know what, right? I hear this all the time. I hear people at work saying, you don't like to stick your 2 pence worth in. Like, I always hear people talking about weight, right? Like, I've never weighed myself. Like, weight, that's not what you want to be watching, brother.
I don't watch my weight. I'm not like bothered. Like, I'm quite happy now as like I am. I'm not like self-conscious or anything.
No.
I'm comfortable. But like, I just wish I was healthier. Like getting tired rolling over in bed is like,
Yeah.
that's basically made me want to do it. But it's just getting the motivation. Like, for
You do know, like, from my experience, people put such a big emphasis and make it such a big thing that, like, oh my God, to get in shape, it's so hard, such a milestone. Like, it really isn't.
It's not like,
It really isn't. It's, for the most part, people just have to make really small changes. Like, you don't have to be training like a gladiator.
Yeah.
You don't have to be eating like a Buddhist monk. Like,
a lot of it is food though as well. Like, you can actually, people like know, like, well, you can lose weight just by diet. You don't
100%.
actually, even if you just go on a walk here and there, you know what I mean? Like, just instead of driving to the shop, walk,
100%.
and then just your diet is a lot. But I like food. I'm a big foodie.
So it says jacked comes from the modern English word jack. It was added to the end of the word and it became an adjective to describe massive amounts of strength, muscular and well-developed physique.
I still don't see the relation.
No, I don't really.
No. Let's just say there was a guy called Jack and he was hench.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, my advice to anybody like who wants to do it, honestly, it is so small. Foodie, massive foodie. I eat what I want when I want, pretty much. Like, I don't watch what I eat. I don't watch calories.
Yeah.
Don't do anything like that. That ain't it, fam. That isn't it. All it is you just gotta every single day do 45 minutes exercise. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Like, don't take the piss. Don't eat a dairy milk. Do you know what I mean? If you eat a dairy milk every day, like, that's not good.
Yeah, you can switch things out as well.
Switch
Like,
it,
there's
man.
healthier alternatives, isn't there?
You know, there's things that are delicious that, like, aren't that damaging. Meats and that. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is like, with me, like, I am a foodie, but like, I like a lot of food. So even the healthy stuff I'm happy with, like, so I don't have to go and have a burger or whatever.
No, man.
Or whatever, or pizza. Like, I'll be happy with a salad. Like, I have seafood salads a lot.
My dad's doing that at the moment, and, like, he won't listen. Like, he'll hear this, and he knows he is. He's just pig-headed. Like, I admire him because he just won't see. He doesn't listen to nobody. He just does what he wants. And he's living in this world now where, like, he thinks that if he eats salads every day, that's the way. Like, no, fam. Like, all you're doing there is you're not fueling yourself. Your body's got no fuel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got no fuel. That'll make you feel shit.
Yeah.
You need a high-calorie diet, not a low-calorie diet.
Yeah.
You need a high-calorie diet, but you also need to burn off a lot of calories as well.
Yeah.
And, don't go in the gym and sit on your phone and do a rep and wait 3 minutes and text somebody and play something. Do 45 minutes exercise. Do you know what I mean?
Like actual exercise.
Yeah, mate. You do. Listen, you do even 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, you can be shaking like a Essen dog. You can be ill from 30 minutes exercise, like where you are on the brink of your capabilities.
Yeah.
Just what you do. And you don't need a gym. That's nonsense. Gyms are just a way to make money for people. You don't need a gym. You know what you need? You need YouTube. You need your phone.
Yeah.
You need a bedroom. That's what you need.
You can actually get big as well. Like if you want to get big, just off body weight exercises.
100%. It's the best for you anyway. Literally is the best
So
for
you
you.
don't even need any equipment.
You don't need nothing.
So
You need your phone and you need a floor and you need a space. You need 30 minutes. You do it in a bathroom, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do it in a bathroom.
yeah, that is true. Well, unless it's a small bathroom.
Unless it's a small bathroom.
Yeah.
But even then.
What
you know.
was that 7-minute guy that you sent over to me? Because I've been doing a few of them now. And my abs have never felt like.
What, like a 7-minute sort
It's
of
just like a
workout?
Yeah, it's 7
Oh.
minutes, but it kills you off. Like,
Yeah, it's a 7-minute ab workout. He just literally, I mean, he's a horrible guy. Like, you know, I'm sure he's a great person, but because he put you, you know, through such hell,
Yeah.
you create a real hatred for him. He's called
Yeah.
Athlean X on YouTube. Athlean X, just go to him on YouTube, you know, hi, I'm Jeff Cavalier. You'll recognize that. And that'll haunt you, that noise.
Yeah.
It's Jeff Cavalier, athletenex.com. You're like, oh, no, not you again. He's fucking on his mate. It's a Satan, mate. But he is, you look at him and you're like, shut up. Like, you see his body. He's about 50 now. And you're like, what the fuck? But yeah, man, this guy's got like, he's genius. He's got like 10 years worth of these videos.
Yeah.
That's all the only guy you need. 7-minute abs, 15-minute this, 20-minute this. Literally, this guy. And like, these aren't even edited. This is what he looks like.
Oh, I've seen him.
Ridiculous,
Yeah.
man.
I have. Yeah. He
Ridiculous.
looks familiar.
but you wake up the next day
How
and
old
you
is he?
are in bits.
He'd be 50 now.
He's 50.
Yeah, he's 50, and he looks like this still. Nothing short of amazing.
I look older than him.
I know, yeah. I mean, look. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
He's 40. He's 44. That's crazy.
that's not, mate, that was 2019, fam.
Oh yeah, so
he'll
he's
be
48.
Yeah.
Mad.
How mad?
Yeah, man. But, I'll take it back. No one wants to look like him. People do probably want to look like him, but that's not achievable. Like, this guy, he probably is eating like a monk. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's like a scientist.
Yeah, I just don't like it when people like. It's like they don't enjoy.
No,
Like, what it's not fun to like.
To be that.
Yeah, like
No.
at all, even like people that do it say it's not fun.
No,
like,
I ain't interested.
It's very
I did
strict, isn't it?
I tried it once. To live like that for a few months, and it's just, you know what, right? It affects your mood.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you like low in mood. You're just
yeah.
depressed. So nah, man. Pretty much eat what you want. Just don't take the piss. Do you know what I mean?
I do take the piss a lot. I do. Like, have you watched like mukbangs on YouTube and stuff?
yeah.
What is it?
It's basically like, I don't know if this is actually what it is, but this is what I've got from it, and this is what I do. So
Right.
you see a lot of people that normally, I think what it is, you know, YouTubers or, you know, so a lot of like sidemen and stuff, they do it and stuff every now and again.
Who do?
The sidemen,
What's a sideman?
it's, you know, like KSI,
yeah.
Rotashaw, all them, you know, like there's a group of them and then like they do football videos or whatever. They do a lot of stuff, but
Right.
mukbangs is this, but they have like loads of food, like a lot, and a lot of people. Honestly, I don't know if they do eat it all, but actually, that guy there specific, he's called Nick Ocado.
He looks like he's really good at it.
He was actually vegan, and he was very skinny when he first started it. But yeah, they get loads of food, so
Right.
and then they just eat there and talk on camera, and that is literally it. But I'll say to my girlfriend, I was like, "Shall we get a mukbang?" Also, I'm not talking in front of a camera or anything. I'm just getting a load of food.
Right.
So I'll spend like 60 quid on a Chinese, and that's like 8-9 dishes. And I'll just have like, I won't eat anywhere near all of it, like, but it's just nice to have a little nibble of all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just stuff like that. I'll get too much. I just get too much food. I'll get through quite a lot of it because even when I was skinny, I used to do like food challenges and stuff, and I'd finish them. I've got about 6 certificates. Actually, I've got 4. I'm owed 2. I'm owed 2 because I ran out. But yeah, I've got like, I meant to have 6. I've got 4, but they're in a nice.
Believe achieved, brother.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a photo of my first ever one, but I won't show you that because I look miserable and yeah, I was young.
Well, I imagine if it was taken just after you've eaten, you probably felt a bit miserable too.
Yeah, well, it was a burger. But
I once did that. Like I was full of the talk. There was this place in the town. It's gone now. It's where it used to be the Cricketers Club on the Ring Road. I don't know what it is now. Yeah, I do know what it is now. It's Hope Town. No, it's not. I don't know, right? It used to be the Cricketers Club.
Yeah.
And for a while it was a food place and they had challenges on. You know, where like you're advertising.
Yeah.
You get your picture on the wall and shit like this.
Yeah.
And there was a few different ones. And I was full of it. Like, the person I was with at the time, I was a good eater.
Yeah, you do eat a lot. Like, you can eat a lot if you
I
want
thought
to.
I could.
Like, do you do a good cheat day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I could. But then I really got put in my place that day. Like, I remember strolling in, doing the Conor McGregor walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was talking the talk all the day before. My girlfriend at the time was like, yeah, you could probably do this. You could probably do this. Obviously, she was comparing me to her. She was a female with a normal-sized human tummy.
Yeah.
So when she watched me, I eat more than her. Anyway, I walk in, and there were burgers, basically. I remember the one I picked was a sloppy Joe. You know what I'm saying?
So you get one burger,
No. It's like a tray of them.
a tray of burgers.
I think it was 12, right? And when you looked at them, the tray didn't even look that big. Like it was about I don't know, like a foot by a foot. And you could have like beef burger, sloppy jaws, a chicken burger, and like you're looking and you're thinking, that ain't like a man versus food challenge where you can look and just think, no chance.
Yeah.
Looking at it, you're thinking, I've got a chance here. So purposely hadn't ate all day. Really, really, really. I was starving when I went. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Davey, did the whole
Purposely starve yourself.
100%. 2 days leading up, did the train thing. I'd watch Man versus Food. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Eat a bit more, like, so your body's getting used to a lot going in.
It's always having your liquids as well to wash it down.
Yeah. And you had a time, it was like 30 minutes. It seemed so easy.
30 minutes?
30 minutes to eat 12 burgers.
With a normal sized burger?
Pretty
or was it
much.
like more of a slider size? Or a bit bigger than a slider, would you say?
I'd say it was more towards normal size. I would say.
See, like, in my head now, I can't see how that's possible.
I thought I could. You know how far I got? 5.
5?
I
That's
give up.
really good.
I give up on the 5th.
That's pretty good, though.
But I was talking the talk, and I remember looking down. What a sorry state it was.
Yeah.
There was more than half left. She was the girl I was with was massively let down.
Yeah. Is that when she broke up with you?
No, it wasn't. But yeah, I was embarrassed. I made my excuses. Said I didn't like it, tasted bad, spicy.
Yeah.
Tooth fell out, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, these Man versus Food people, like, they're naughty. They're naughty.
Yeah, well, there was actually a Man v Food restaurant in Millsborough.
Was there?
Yeah, it actually disappeared without a trace, or like totally just shut down one day, like no announcement or anything. But they done some really big challenge. Obviously, the normal food was big itself. If you just ordered a normal meal, you could go or whatever. But it was pretty big still. But I didn't get to go and have a challenge. But they had one that was called like devil wings or so. I don't know, some really spicy wings.
Yeah,
but you had
yeah.
to sign a waiver basically if you ended up in hospital because they were that spicy.
It's serious when you have to sign something.
Yeah. No one actually completed the actual, because I think there's each Man v Food restaurant had their own page, but I don't know if it was in any others if they completed it. But no one in the Middlesbrough one completed it at all. I was going to go and do it until I see my friends actually, like, they went previously and they were crying when they done it. So I was like, I'll give that a miss, especially with my stomach. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, probably not wise for you. No,
I will. I'll try. I like spicy stuff. Like, I'm not like. I like it sort of as a challenge kind of thing. Like, I'm not like one to go, I'll just have some Carolina Reaper sauce on like a burger just for fun. Like, oh, that's nice. I'll have it as a challenge. I made my own hot sauce once, and it had Carolina Reapers in it, and it was really hot. But yeah, no, that's just too far when like you're actually crying having the wings. So yeah, maybe one day. Are you good with spice?
Funny you should say that. No, I don't consider myself a spicy fan.
No?
No. I have shown off in my life once. I went to an Indian restaurant once. This isn't the story I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to give you a bit of backstory. Just answer the first bit of the question. I've been to Indian restaurants before, funnily enough, with the same girl from the all-you-can-eat place.
Yeah.
Again, thought I'd show off, talking the talk. I like spicy food. She's like, you don't like spicy food. I'm like, I do like spicy food. She's like, Dia, I've been with you for 6 years. You don't like spicy food. I'm like, no, we just never had it. Like, yeah, I can eat spicy curries. Don't know what came over me. You know, went to the restaurant. What's the spiciest? It's this. I forget what it was.
Is it foul?
Probably.
Yeah, that was one of the. That's one of the hottest, I think.
And he's, you know, the guy's there, the mush, you know, Abdul, and I'm saying, now then, can I have a spicy one, mate? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not messing about. I like spicy stuff. You know what I mean? And he's like, okay, fam, you know, give me 15 minutes. He comes back and I was like, when he put the plate in front of me, like I could feel the warmth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like kryptonite on a plate. And, you know, set off, all guns blazing, you know. And I could see the counter and he was watching what was going on. The guy, you know, he was just,
Like he'd laced it with
observing.
spice.
I think so. And well, you know where the story goes. Halfway through, soaking wet. I remember it was a summer's day, white T-shirt on, completely drenched right through.
Oh.
She's, you know, saying, are you all right?
Yeah.
And I'm bright red. You know, people in the restaurant are looking. I'm now getting embarrassed, getting more and more anxious, you know, aware that people around me have heard. She's there. The guy from the counter's there. I'm trying to be a trooper. Same thing. Get halfway through and then, you know, I just go to the toilet, you know, I'm walking, I'm nearly falling over. It's that spicy. So no, I'm not a spicy fan. However, last week we did a Christmas special.
Yeah.
Look out for that. When we doing that South Bar a few days before Christmas?
Yeah, the 22nd, I believe. It goes out.
Someone had the bright idea to bring the world's hottest chip.
Yeah,
You know that? The world's hottest chip challenge?
One chip challenger. I've actually got one, at home, ready to eat. I'm nervous.
Doobie. Yeah. So I don't want to do it. I've seen people online eating it. Never goes well. But you know, for the thing of the, you know, cameras are on, Christmas special.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be a show off and ate
Give it
the
a go.
entire thing. Yeah, it was horrendous. Yeah, it was really bad. It's definitely the worst food moment I've ever had.
Yeah. I can imagine. How was
I've never seen Dan look so
how was the
weak
toilet
and
time after?
vulnerable.
The toilet time, I will say, the toilet time was pretty much the same. I was expecting all kinds of burns.
Yeah.
No.
Not looking forward to it.
No. But I wasn't right for about 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got home that night, you know, like I couldn't eat properly. Like my tea was there, like my dinner, and I was trying to eat it, couldn't eat it. You know, went to bed, had funny dreams, like the next day. You know, like if you've ever been on the sesh, you know, like when you had a real heavy night. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I think my heavy night and your heavy night might be a bit different.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Those days have gone now, though, Shane.
Okay.
I'm not into that no more. But that's how I can describe the next day. Cold, shivery, hungover, rough. There was a burp from the gods, though. About 12 hours later, you know, like in the gym the next morning, no, you know, just felt a bit rough, a bit hungover. I did a burp, didn't see it coming, and I literally like a dragon, you know.
Yeah, breathing fire.
Yeah, literally, you know, eyes watering, you know what I mean? Like, stops you in your tracks, you know? Yeah. So, no, I'm not a fan of spicy food, but I'm a show-off, though.
You'll give it a go.
Yeah, I'm ballsy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm the same. I think, so the tolerance and stuff is like not really that good for me, but I'll give it a go as well. Like, I will. But yeah, like, I think when you go to like Indian restaurants and stuff, I think like it's totally different from ordering an Indian anyway. Like, they're a lot hotter. Like, I'll go for a mild curry in an Indian restaurant and it's really hot still. Like, well, it is in Middlesbrough anyway, like in Akbar's, which is a really good, you should try it, it's really good.
I've seen it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think actually if I make some hot sauce, like soon, I think I'm going to be doing it soon. I've got some like actual, I think it's called like capsaicin or something like that. It's basically like pure spice, like the chemical of spice. It's like whatever million.
The chemical
Scoville.
spice.
Yeah, it
just
literally
says on it spice.
It actually says like 6 million Scovilles, which is like.
I was going to say, you want to watch out for that. You say you're from Middlesbrough, and obviously containers with the word spice on, you probably want to keep away from
Yeah,
them. You know?
yeah.
I don't think it's what you think you're buying.
Yeah, my friend had a bad do with that once.
I've heard
Not
about
that he
that.
tried. He wasn't.
No.
He wasn't aware. The people that he was with were aware. He
Right.
thought.
And
He thought.
He smoked it.
Yeah. Well, he thought he smoked something else.
Yeah.
And he said all he can remember that night was actually the people that done it was actually my cousin. I introduced him like sort of when we were like younger. And then they sort of ended up going out together. And like, but this is without me. I wasn't even there. But he said all he can remember was being carried out by like 4 of them. Everyone had like a limb basically, and he thought they were trying to just dispose of him because they must have thought he was dead or something. I don't know. But then he said the way he tells the story is a lot funnier because he says like, he was basically just like perched up against like a dog cage. I don't know what it was, but he said like he literally just can remember being carried out and he thought he was dead and they were disposing of him. So, but he's not like about that life anymore. You know, all the experiment, you know, he was experimenting. But yeah, he's quite clean now. So
I'll tell you a similar story to that, what happened to me. So I was about 19, right? So I was in Newton Aycliffe, right? I was 19. I can remember the car I had. It was my first car. No, I wasn't. I was younger. I was 18, right? I was in Newton Aycliffe and we'd gone to, back then we were just weed heads. Weren't really into anything else. And I got taken to this house, right? You know, typical session house. You know them houses where everyone's just, it's always a kid who's like, mum and dad didn't give a fuck about them, right?
Yeah. Mattress on the floor. Like,
Yeah. But you know, like he's been turfed out of home young, like he's just feral. And he's got all of his mates living in this, you know, just round, it was just a free-for-all, you know, window smash, boarded up. You can picture the scene, this is in the days when people smoked inside, so it was just cloudy with fags.
Yeah.
Anyway, go in this house, and I thought I'm going there just to roll some joints, smoke some weed. I've been before. I won't name him, but anyway, there was about another 10 or 15 people there, right? I knew some I didn't. All of a sudden, I'm shouted over, Dan, do you want one of these? And I looked, and they had some white powder on the side. Now, I'd never done this up until this point, but it was, you know, I was an enthusiast, let's say.
Going free.
Yeah, so I thought, all right. And it's cocaine, is what they said, right? We'll have to bleep that word, I imagine. But anyway, so I remember, I didn't know anything about this stuff then. Knew nothing. And looking back, I remember this line of cocaine that was about a foot long, right?
God.
And I just wasn't paying attention. And there was other lines that they'd made, racked up, of equal length. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And looking back, I didn't see anybody do it. Like, I didn't see all the steps coming. I thought I trusted these people. Before I know it, I'd sniffed this thing. And then everybody starts laughing.
Yeah.
Right? Now, picture the scene. You're already high. Paranoia is, you know, it's easy to fall into a bad place.
Yeah.
Everybody starts laughing like hysterically, going, oh my God. And I'm like trying to not panic. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what? And somebody said, I'd never heard this word before. Someone said, that was ket. And I was like, what's ket? And everyone just creased and laughing. I didn't know what this was. I'd never heard of this before. And my mate was, it's all right, it's just the same as coke. You'll be fine. Right? And then I remember, like, he said, Lee, come and sit down. Like, the rest of the house started, like, carried on doing what they were doing. And I can remember sitting on this couch and, like, it felt like I was made of wax. Like, my face was, like, going, like, falling off my face. You know, like, my flesh was falling off. Yeah. And I can remember sat on this couch with my head to the side, right? And all of a sudden realizing that I can't move. Yeah. Just stuck fast. And bless him, my friend I was with, he'd done this out of choice. So I can remember sitting on this couch, looking to the side, stuck, paralyzed. My friend was sat on the couch next to me, looking the other way at me, also paralyzed.
Yeah.
And I can remember looking at him, and it was like looking at Stephen Hawkins. And like, you know, he just had a little bit of slaver just falling off his lip. You know, like the occasional, like that was all it would be. And the music, it was like dancing. Have you ever been that wrecked that you can see music? I could see the music, right? So they were playing like back then it was shit like gate crasher music, right? Great genre, crazy. But I could see the music in the air, like dancing, right? Honest to God, it's the only time in my life I've ever seen music. And this hour, what a journey it was. And, you know, slowly but surely, the movements, you know, like in the end, all I knew is I didn't like what was going on and I had to get out, but I couldn't get up. Yeah. And as soon as I was able to, I did this like as if I was rusty. You know, like as if I was rusty. I did this like rusty walk. And everyone said, you're all right. And I did this rusty walk to my car, you know, and I drove home from Newton. Yeah.
You drove home?
Mate, I thought I was dying. I just had to get home. So yeah, I got in my car and drove. I couldn't turn the steering wheel properly and I drove home. I remember getting in the house. I was praying my mum didn't see me. Luckily, they were in the other room. I come through the front door. I climbed a stairs like this. I got into my bed. Yeah, the next thing I know, the next morning came. Kids don't do ketamine. No, it wasn't fun.
No, I can imagine.
No. You ever been spiked before?
No, I'm lucky enough not to.
No.
I know people that have. It's not really been too dramatic. It's just more of like, you know, they'll be in a club, whatever, left the drink, come back to it, whatever. And then all of a sudden they just start like going dizzy or whatever. But I don't know. So obviously I've not really seen people get spiked or whatever else. But is it like a worse reaction if you have been spiked and you don't know what it is?
Oh, yeah.
Because you see people getting like took in ambulances and stuff. But, you know, when people take it willingly, you know, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the difference? Because
probably legality.
Well, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously. But, like, obviously, it's the same amount. And is it just because, you know, they might not be used to it? Or is it just...
I mean, look...
I don't know. Because I know people that take a lot, like, willingly. You know, they go out a lot, where else. But they have been spiked.
Yeah.
And they've had to be... Honestly, like, it was actually at my girlfriend's house. A boyfriend... It was the lass's boyfriend who basically got spiked.
Not your lass's boyfriend.
No.
I was gonna say, what kind of shit?
Basically, he pulled up at my girlfriend's house with his girlfriend in the back, like just passed out on the back seat. Like he thought she was dead.
Right.
But she's like a heavy partier.
Right.
But it's like, so what's the difference? Like, why would it affect you more if you don't know you're taking it?
I can only assume. I've only ever had that one experience, but I can only assume you have to think. I think that when you take substances, your mind's very powerful. Yeah. Your mind can. You've heard of people going on Abaddon before.
Yeah.
Abaddon was a term used a lot with ecstasy pills. You could go on Abaddon.
Right.
If you don't want to go on Abaddon.
Yeah.
I think I went on one Baddon in my life. And it's all your mind. It's all mind over matter, innit?
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, that's what it is. It's what mental state you're in. And you can imagine if all of a sudden you've been spiked and you've been told you've been spiked, then...
You're panicking.
And
away,
you've started off on the wrong foot. Yeah. You know, if you take an ecstasy pill and you're like, you're accepting. Expecting and accepting of what's coming.
Yeah.
I think that's very dangerous, like spiking somebody with something, you know. That could go all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, I don't really go out now because obviously, you know, Middlesbrough is obviously not the best place. No. Especially like Empire. Have you been to Empire in Middlesbrough?
Many years ago.
Yeah, but people carry knives and that now. Like,
do they?
Yeah, for some reason it's always outside of Empire. Like I've seen like people get ploughed down by cars passing and stuff. Like just...
Never?
Yeah, like obviously on purpose. Like not just as just getting hit because they're drunk or whatever. I don't know. jumping out in front of people. It was literally just people getting ploughed down or stabs. Honestly, like all sorts, but obviously Borough, like there's a few places that are known where people get spiked and whatever else. But I've luckily not been, but I don't go out much now. I like day drinking. You know, people can see things in the daylight, so you know it's not a dark club where you can, you know, be shifty or whatever. But yeah, it's just a bit dodgy, Borough. So
You ever been on any boys' holidays before?
yeah, we went actually it was just before COVID actually, like the lockdown and everything. Me and my friends, we went to just went to Mallorca, went to like Alcudia or whatever. It was like a decent strip there. But yeah, that was pretty decent. It was like our sort of first holiday. We've only really been on like one abroad. But yeah, no, it was decent. It's pretty rough. We've got a few stories of like, so we've got this one friend who was a bit like, so actually up until like last year, he was a virgin. I won't mention his name. I actually only found out he wasn't a virgin like the other day. He told me because I hadn't talked to him for a bit, but yeah, now we're updated and stuff. But we were trying to like be wingmen for him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we were in this like, it was like a bar, like it was decent. It was probably like the better one on this trip. But like we were just around a table, you know, having a few drinks. There was a cocktail called the Bastard.
Great name.
Yeah, it's honestly, and it was a bastard actually. Basically, it was like, you know, like 151 proof rum, like was like 75% or something like that.
Paint thinner.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So there was like a glass about like this big or whatever. It was filled up like 2/3 of the weight of that, like, and then topped off with a bit of lemonade and grenadine. Yeah. So it was strong. I didn't dare have one because as soon as I smell like alcohol in a drink, like I'm barking, like I'm bad. But like my couple of mates, they had them and stuff like that. But the one who was like a virgin at the time, he'd had it and stuff, and obviously he had a bit of confidence and stuff. But like I went to the toilet, and when I came back, there was just this lass that was sat with my friends, totally out of the blue. I was like, well, who's this? So we were just chatting, whatever else. All of us, not just, you know, if my girlfriend hears it, because I was with her at the time. And yeah, like it was just so awkward. Like he was sat next to her, so he was like here, she was sat to the side of him, and it was just like, I think he was trying to build up the courage to make a move or whatever.
Yeah.
So he was like scooting over a little bit, and out like nowhere, like she wasn't really talking to him either, like. She was just, you know, talking to him.
He was just slithering up.
Yeah. It was so, like, we sort of, like, take the piss out of him now, but about it. But he put his arm around her, and he was just sat there, like, with his arm around her, and she was just like, what the fuck's going on? Like, honestly, if this, like, happened, I think he could have been prosecuted or something, you know? But he sort of, like, was just sat there, like, she was mid-conversation, like, with me and my other mates, by the way. And then he just, like, he went to go and like, he just literally turned his head to her and like tried to grab her chin to kiss her. And he was like, you know, it was just like no time and like, like, and she went like, pulled away and stuff. And then he just kept trying or whatever.
I mean, where'd you go from there when she's pulled away?
Well, he tried again actually, yeah. So
Respect.
he tried again, obviously, you know, give it to him. And she did actually kiss him. So,
She did?
But it was a bit awkward for us then. Because we were just sat there, like, just watching him, like, and then he was like, I'm just going to the toilet. So he went to the toilet, and then one of us said, I don't know, it might be me, to be fair. Obviously, he was quite drunk. I said, did you want to kiss him? And she was like, no. So it was a bit dodgy, I think. But yeah, that was, like, probably the closest he's got with, like, pulling, I guess. But yeah, he just sits there in the corner with his fucking, you know, covering his leg. Like, he's like, but we were like a couple of nights in, we were like, it was like 4:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm off back to the hotel. This was another night, and he was like, oh, stay until close, and I might pull. But he was literally just like sat there with a boner on, like literally keeping himself to himself, just watching.
Absolute savage.
Yeah, he's a weird one, but he's funny. But yeah, he's came a bit of a way now. He's not a virgin.
Respect.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
What's his name? Do you want to give me a shout out?
No,
No.
I can't do that. No, not well. Obviously, the group knows about the whole thing, but I won't mention him.
What was it like when? And I'll bring you into this as well, Southport. You know, when you were a youth, coming of age, let's say.
Yeah.
Just as you were telling that story, it made me like cast my mind back to those awkward times.
Yeah.
Like going to the cinema. That was a big thing when we were growing up. I remember, this is how old I am. I remember going on one of my first dates to watch the Titanic film when it came out.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. And just that thing with the arm round thing.
Right.
I can remember being on a date. Back then it was so classy. There'd be multiple boys and multiple girls all on dates together.
Like a big group
Yeah.
date.
Yeah. It was called going with then.
Okay.
You could go with somebody or go out with somebody.
Yeah.
There were two different categorizations.
Is it kind of like seeing someone or dating to being going out with someone?
Basically,
Yeah.
going out was your girlfriend. Going with was the beginning bit.
Yeah.
I think going with gave you a lot of freedom. I think you could do other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't players by any stretch of the imagination, so that was just pure myth.
Top
that was pure
shaggers.
fantasy. That was not happening. Like,
Yeah.
like people who got the furthest was a kiss with tongues. That's where we were at. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my fucking God, man. Oh my God, man. Like, yeah. Going home and like not washing your hand for certain reasons and going on, just smelling it still, We've all been there. But anyway, not to sound crude. But I remember going in the cinema and that situation where like, you're literally sitting for the entire film or literally like 9/10 of the film, like planning to put your arm around the girl next to you.
Yeah, you're not watching the actual
No,
film. That's all.
no
You're just
idea.
like trying to,
No
look
idea.
up the courage to make the move.
And finally, like, but not like, you see it like the cheesy things on like the American films where they like pretend to the stretch, like do the whole arm thing. Like that wasn't reality. It was
No,
just like
it's not.
1, 2. Like that's what it
Yeah,
was.
and
Like
then
1, 2, quick, straight around. Basically got her in a headlock.
Yeah.
Basically, she comes to the side.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But that feeling, man, of like that. Oh God, what a horrible time! Like, oh my God, it's so horrible, isn't it? Southport, fill me in, Southport. You had shit like this, right?
I had a very similar scenario, but I actually didn't pluck up the courage throughout the full film.
Right.
I can't remember what we went to go and see, but I was in the seeing stage like you, Shane. So you were either someone's girlfriend or you were seeing, and I was seeing Maisie, and I was very happy at the time, and she's a pretty girl. It's year 7, so my dad drove us to the cinema.
Oh, gangster.
I know, and my dad was like,
Chauffeured.
my dad was probably having me life the whole way there. I was like, oh, fuck's sake. And then we got out, and like, I couldn't even speak to her after.
Was she in the car?
Yeah. What?
She was in the car with you?
Yeah, of
And
course.
he was butchering you?
Yeah, he was absolutely butchering us. And then afterwards, like, I took
Mr.
you know,
Southpaul's a beast.
the showcase. I took her to the Burger King there on the corner. So we went to the
Yeah.
Burger King.
Yeah, buddy.
I paid for a burger. Don't worry about that. and then I think I was about 12-year-old, and I gave her like a peck on, and it was a peck on the lips, might I say?
Was it?
In Burger King, and that was my first ever kiss, and I was like fucking buzzing. And then like, I think my dad must have been parked up because I think he saw, and like his first words when we got in the car, "Hello, you little rascals." I was like, oh no. So yeah, no, I can relate to them early stages, and it was just like you go back to school the next day in a big triumph. You like walking, like, yeah, I kissed the boys.
Yeah.
You're walking on air, aren't you?
Big- Get it up,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's mental. But no, I actually couldn't pluck up the courage to put my arm around her, not because I didn't want to, out of fear of my arm being too small to do such a thing. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. What happened
yeah,
there?
mate, it was a nightmare for me. Obviously,
I
being
just thought, like,
a smaller stature, I couldn't and you've got that little barrier in between. That was quite thick in these cinemas.
Yeah.
And if I'd have stretched over, I'd just have my fingers on like on
Around
the
the neck.
shoulders.
oh,
It'd be like a little T-Rex trying to put his arm.
I just thought, like if you like at school, because girls grew quicker, right?
Yeah,
So like,
so
you've
she-
probably been with girls that were taller than you,
Oh, my whole school career, mate.
and you
yeah.
walking across like the road and stuff with her, it looked like a man with a little boy.
Mate,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was this one certain girl who was at least a foot taller than me.
No way.
We were together for a while. And like still I have a fear now, like I can't go with the girls like taller than us, just can't.
It's just a small pool, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I've cut the pool down massively there.
Didn't you?
I was just looking though, like the Titanic was released in 1997, mate.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
You weren't even born, were you?
I was born the year after that.
I was born the year after that, 99.
Yeah.
Wow.
97, yeah.
So you were attempting to put arms around girls before I was even a thing.
I mean, yeah, that and dreaming of the cinema blowjobs. We've all heard of them before.
Still
The
a dream.
mythical things,
Oh,
you know.
wow.
I don't know it. I know a lot of people that claimed,
Yeah.
but I don't believe that it ever happened.
I know one of my friends said he'd not had a blowjob or anything in the sentence, but he'd been noshed off. Is what me and my friends.
Phrase, noshed off.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad, isn't it? Oh God.
Yeah, he'd basically been noshed off in the cinemas at the back with his coat, under his coat, basically.
What, really though? Could you take that to the bank? Do you trust this guy?
Well, I wasn't there, so I can't.
Didn't see it.
It wasn't me doing it, but well, I don't know really. He's a trustworthy guy,
Is
I'd
he?
say. Yeah, I can't see why he would lie. He was never like he never told me anything too outrageous. Like growing up, I had a friend that would basically be like, Jay from In Between Us.
He's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah,
We all had one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not one of them. So I believe him. Yeah,
I think that was me, to be fair. I think I was,
You were the
I
J
was
of
the
the
J,
group.
I think. Yeah. You know, I had one over here and one over here. No.
total fucking the other one.
Yeah, dig your fantasy, man. Listen, I could write storybooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just got back from Africa on me pedal.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No, but no, I've I'm quite I'd say quite boring. Like obviously, I guess like every lad will probably dream of being in a place you shouldn't. I guess is probably a fantasy for everyone. But like I'm a bit of a pussy, so I would never even even if the opportunity arose, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
You've never
Get off me.
never
Like
had, like, a
there's
role.
kids over there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, I'm not letting anybody do that to me in the cinema.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'm not very adventurous. As in, like I'm a bit of a pussy. Yeah.
Not in the wild. Like in the wild.
No, not in the wild.
No, I actually there was growing up when I was like 16. I was actually like a virgin. I'd done stuff, but I was a virgin. Not gone all the way. And there was this lass, like she was like all over me once, and we were camping as a group of friends, and she was like trying to like I don't know if it was like she was just trying to like intimidate me or whatever, because we weren't talking or anything. Like it was just this night, like kind of thing. She was just trying things, but we went to go walk down for a pizza and meet my friend because the pizza shop wasn't a far walk. But she was like trying to get me like in the bushes to like do stuff, and I was like, "What are you doing? Get off me! Get away!" But like I was just like, I don't know what, like I think it was just being in public or whatever. I don't know. I just like I've never done it. I'm a bed kind of guy, warm. It's comfortable. I don't want any like leaves up my ass or anything like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I ended up palming her off on my friend. I was like, oh, look at Harvey.
He might be into that.
Yeah, he might be into that.
Harvey
Turns out he
loves
was.
bushes.
I mean, they didn't do anything on the way back. Like I didn't leave them or anything. But he ended up actually. I think they were together for a little bit, like a bit of time. Not too long, because
You could always look at your mate and like look at him and say,
yeah,
finger that.
I sorted that out. You know what I mean? But no, it was. I was a bit nervous when I was a bit of a, what was it called? Like frigid, is it?
Yeah.
People
Frigid,
would say, yeah. I was quite like I think it took a while, like even to have a girlfriend and stuff. Like I was never one to make the first move. Like
No.
even like with my partner now, like she was the one that made the first move in the cinemas. Like we say, like she held my hand. Like she didn't put her arm around me. She reached for my hand, and that was it. But I was thinking like, I'll do the shoulder touch. That'll see if
Let
she's
her
like
know.
edging a bit.
Yeah, she's what's that word?
Reciprocated. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how it is. But I've always been like that. But like, yeah, I think I'm a bit more confident now. Like, I think I wouldn't say confident. It's more of like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. That's probably what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get to a point where you don't give an F anymore.
Yeah.
I imagine you're a first mover southpaw, right? Confident in that?
Throughout my time, yeah. Throughout my time, mate, yeah.
I was
I'd say like I'm not on the frigid side. I'd definitely say respectful, but yeah, I'd say I've made a few first moves for the kiss. You know, in my lifetime, I've made a few first moves.
You ever made a first move and got it wrong? What I mean by that is like the recipient pull away and be like, no.
That's not what this is. Kind of thing,
I've pulled away, and I've been pulled away from once in a club, and it was a bad moment.
Was it?
Yeah, in front of the pals as well. Like, just
on your tippy toes.
On my tippy toes. She was about 6'5". Just try to give her a little peck, and she was like, "What are you doing?" Oh no,
mortified.
Have you ever been sort of the ones that like, you don't sort of get the what's the clue, like basically they're trying to sort of worm their way in or whatever. Like I've been oblivious when anyone's trying, like in a club or anything like that. Just like I'm just not like, I don't get any sort of
vibe.
Yeah, vibe. Like I'm just like, there.
Like you're reading it wrong.
Like I'm talking to them like they're a friend or like, nice to meet you, whatever else, whatever. I don't read anything. I always. I just bypass it. Do you know what I mean?
You licking the lips.
Yeah, pretty much. Like honestly,
salivating.
Like, maybe when I was a bit skinnier. But yeah, no, I use like that. Like, or do you just get like the hint? I guess.
I guess I've. Yeah, I can't say I've read things wrong. Like, no.
I like to think I'm a good like reader of the energy.
Yeah,
I think I think I can tell if a girl's giving off that vibe or not.
I think if you put yourself in the mindset that like everything's game, like everything's potential, then you can't really get it wrong.
Well, I suppose so. Yeah. I never really went out to pull or anything.
I did, and I never did. Like, do you know? I this is like.
See, that's me. I did.
You pulled,
but I pulled like when like I wasn't going out to. It was just more of like they just made the move on me. I'm like, well, let's go with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think obviously sometimes when you do try, like, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a proper top shagger. And
oh, yeah, we all know them.
Yeah. Well.
I used to know guys that I used to knock about with in my younger days. Like, they would pull every single week without fail. And they weren't, we're not talking 9s and 10s here. We're talking 4, 5s and 6s.
It's the chat though, isn't it? Sometimes I think like sometimes if you got good chat.
The patter.
Yeah, the pitter-patter, yeah, I guess.
I was never any good at that, like, never.
No.
Just never vibed for me. I was more of the quiet, starey type, which, you know what I mean? I was thinking I was looking smouldering and hot, but really I looked like a psycho. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously smoking weed as well, I think it came across, instead of me trying to make eye contact and trying to seduce him with eye contact, I probably thought, like, that guy's going to murder me.
Did you have the same style when you were younger? Like, obviously, you got the long hair and stuff now, like, tied up.
I went through
did you
phases. I went through perm, a big perm.
Yeah. Like a long perm or on the top? Just
No, full-on bouffant. Full-on big mushroom tip.
Yeah.
I look like a penis. So it looked like a big mushroom on top of my head. Yeah, big curvy mushroom. Oh. Yeah, but yeah, man, nah. Like, I was never an ugly kid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Was never, I was never the best looking in the pack, I would say. But I was never the ugliest,
Yeah.
I would say,
Middle ground.
Looking at my, my terrain, I was well placed, well positioned.
Yeah.
I was with popular people,
Got on with
bang
everyone.
average. Yeah. I don't know. It just never worked. Never worked.
No.
I was never very good, and I'm not now, talking to people I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not natural to me. People who know me, people who meet me, then get to know me, often say, you're different to how you come across at first.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people say that.
I could say that as well.
Yeah, and that doesn't work for me. There's me thinking I'm coming across like, there's this like really like mysterious, like, that's the character I'm trying to go for. Like, oh my God, who's this mysterious tall guy? Oh my God, like I saw asleep with him. Like that isn't actually what's being read. What there is like, who's that psycho who's fucking staring at everybody? Like that's actually what's happening.
Yeah.
So my like lifetime pitch, now I've got older and I've looked back and I'm like, now I'm not pulling anymore because those days are gone. But like looking back, I see where I was going, right, I just look like a nutter. That was what it was. I was like a lunatic.
Yeah.
Trying to make the big smouldering eyes and that, yeah. Nah, man, it's just fucking terrible at pulling. I was never very good.
No, I feel you. I was not really a puller. No. I don't even think any of my friends were. Like, we were all like, I guess like similar, like middle ground with like, you know, we were friends with a lot of people like from different like groups. Like, so there was people like in school what you would consider popular. You know, some of like the losers or whatever, like geeks and stuff like that. Like, I had a group of friends that were just kind of like a mixture of them.
What, of everybody?
Yeah, so like
losers, popular, geeks, all mixed in?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'd be like, I guess, one of the geeks and stuff, like, because, you know, I was big into Minecraft and stuff, you know, playing games, you know, building computers, all that sort of stuff. But then obviously there was others from other groups, because like we all had another group that we'd go from, I guess. Like, so...
Like social halls?
Yeah, pretty much. We had like, but like even like, I guess the moshes and stuff is like, like from primary school, I had a couple of friends.
What's a mosher?
A mosher, I guess, is like, you know, like the hair swept over all the time, like, you know, dark clothes, all that. You know?
Eyeliner and stuff.
Yeah, eyeliner and stuff. You know, my friends weren't really that, you know, moshery. You know, there was people that, you know, a bit more than them. Like, you know, I think one friend dyed his hair black. And that was as far as it went. But he was, you know, they were part of that group. But I was friends with them, you know, like that sort of group. But then, like, only because they kind of moved over to that. But I kind of moved into other friendship groups as well. So we just kind of got on with everyone, I guess. But, like, our sort of, like, group as a whole, we were never really, like... I mean, like, I guess half of them had, like, social anxiety, you know what I mean? Like,
of course.
You know, they just didn't know how to talk to, like, girls. Well, just anyone in general, like, you know, started stuttering at, like, the counter when they're getting a bottle of pop or something, you know what I mean? Like, so I guess it was a weird one growing up for me. Like, we never sort of, none of us could be, like, a wingman for each other. Because we were all like shit ourselves, like we were all scared. So it was just like, yeah, I'm not like, we'd always big each other up, like, you know, I'll help you out, you know what I mean, like whatever else. So we're a bit better now, I guess. Whatever else, like, but even still, it's just like, honestly, it's we're all pussies, is what I'm trying to say. Like, but there's like
everyone whispering to each other. Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, mind you though, I will say, like, I've got a friend. He's called Ryan, and he actually got himself out of the friend zone, and he's still with her now, and he's doing, like, honestly, like, basically there was like, he met her at work. He used to work in B&M. She was there as well, and he had another friend called Ryan as well. And
Ryan.
Yeah, so there was my friend, there was the other Ryan, he was like gay. So, and then there was this girl called Christy, and, you know, they were just a friendship group, like work friends, and they'd meet up outside and all that, but he had like a bit of a secret like crush on Christy for like a long time. And then he always used to talk to us about her and everything like that, whatever. And then all of a sudden one day he was like, I told her that I liked her, you know, whatever else. And I don't think initially it worked out very well because she wasn't really open to the idea or anything like that. But then I guess they just carried on being friends. And I guess because she knew where he was at, it kind of developed into something more. But now they've got a house together. And yeah, they're not in B&M anymore, both of them. They've actually got, I'd say better jobs, I guess. I don't know if he's still enjoying it. I don't know. But yeah, she's moved on and stuff, like, do a better job. And they're doing all right. And it's, you know, like, I guess that's probably the biggest, like, confident growth in the group, I guess. But yeah, the rest.
What you mean, his story?
Yeah, like, he's probably like, you know, like, none of us would be like I'd be nervous to tell someone like, I like you, if I knew them, because he was like a friend. Do you know what I mean? Because he said, like, they had a good friendship. He's like, oh, I'm scared to ruin it, you know, because they had a good group. But
it's always difficult if it's a friend first.
Well, yeah, exactly. If it's someone that you don't know, or like, oh, she's fit, you know what I mean? Or whatever. I was never one to go talk to someone, but you know, just walk up to them like, oh, can I have your number? I was never like that, but like, you know, it's more online now, isn't it? Like, I met my girlfriend on Tinder, and
yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Swiping.
Yeah, well, it was never really meant to be like meeting someone. Honestly, I wasn't trying to like sleep with anyone either. It was just one of them, like a bit of an ego boost, see how many matches I can get.
Well, you were on Tinder with no end goal.
Pretty much, I guess. I was just chatting.
Really? I don't believe you.
No, seriously. I was never one to be like, doing these one night stands or anything like that. I'm just like, nah, I can't.
I don't believe you, fam.
No, seriously, I tried it once.
You were thinking about that birth wallet. That's what you were doing.
No,
Yeah, you were.
honestly, I wasn't. But it was more of like just, do people find me good looking? And I was skinny. I was skinny the last time like I was on it. And, but the one with now, like, it was. She messaged me whilst I was shopping for a new bathroom with my dad, and it was just general chat that you'd talk to, like, if you go to the shop and you see like fucking, I don't know, the old lady down the road or something. Oh, you're all right. Well, it was just general chit chat, and then like a few months, like obviously that was it, literally that day, and then a few months later she messaged me. Said, "Do you want to go on a date?" I was like, "Yeah, all right then."
She asked you?
Yeah. She was like, "I'd go on then." I said, "Yeah." I'd already like been asked a few times to go on a date. I'd been on one previously, but it was very awkward and stuff. She was a bit too geeky
With
for
a
me.
different girl?
Yeah. This was like...
I thought you meant your girlfriend asked you loads of times.
No. This was another girl who, like, it was just not even like a friendship thing. It was quite awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'd basically like been asked a few times, and I'd said yeah, but I'd never show up to him. Do you know, like, because it was just like it wasn't even what I was. That wasn't the aim. Do you know what I mean? But then I met like Dion, and we went to the cinemas. That was the thing, and then cinemas and Pizza Hut, and yeah,
Classic.
like I've been with her now 5 years in January.
Well, there's another success story, really.
Well, yeah, I guess. But yeah, it's someone obviously I didn't know. I think I do better with people I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So you think you have more, when you say better, you mean more confident?
I guess, because I can pretend that I'm not a weirdo, because they don't know that I'm a weirdo, and then that can come out, and then like later
They
on.
find that out later, and it's too late then.
Yeah, well, I guess, that's it. People say that it's too late, but realistically, they can just like, if you are fucking weird, like proper.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, I didn't sign up for this.
No.
But yeah, people get more confident, don't they, when they've. But yeah, I'm a proper weirdo. But like, she's turning into like a real weirdo like me now. Like
Rubbing off.
Yeah, but it's like a weird, and I won't go into details because I don't want people judging me. But yeah, like.
It's contagious.
Yeah, do you know when you just like you can't imagine being like that with someone else because they think you're a nutter?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that. But she's starting to be similar to me. Like she's turning into me. Yeah. I hope she doesn't get as fat as me though.
Oh, well.
She's not big. She's in a wheelchair though, so not as active.
No. She won't be doing Jeff Cavalier's workouts.
She has actually she's got a gym membership now, and she does. She's working on upper body strength because obviously the lower body doesn't work. So, but yeah, it's just.
Mate, that could transpire that she might be able to choke you out one day. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Do you mean no? Like, what if she gets really strong?
I'd have her.
Now, maybe.
No, well, I can just. Well, we've just moved house actually. So we were in a bungalow that wasn't suitable for Dion. It had like steps at the front of the house, and well, it was a bungalow at the front of the bungalow and at the back. So every time like she'd we wouldn't like actually fight or anything like that, or she'd actually come and try and just grab me or whatever, like tickle me or I don't know. Every time like we have like a bicker or whatever, and I piss her off, and she's like fucking get here, like come try and tickle me. I'll just go in the back garden because she can't get out. She's stuck in the house. I was the one who had to get her out with like portable ramps. Like we're in the place now, so I can't do that because it's level access. So I don't know what I'm gonna do.
No, you're gonna hope she don't get super strong off this gym, mate.
I hope. Well,
you're gonna be in big trouble.
I know. I hope so. I need to start going door now.
Pretty much, yeah. Self-defense now.
Although I'm pretty big, as in not muscly, but mass moves mass.
Mass moves mass.
So I think because I used to be quite a big gym goer when I was in college, and I did build up. I toned up quite a lot and built a bit of muscle. But obviously, I'm a lot stronger now, being fat, than I was being like lean. When
You think?
I reckon so. I just get a bad back now.
Yeah.
So
That might be just because you're getting older. As you get older, you get stronger, right?
yeah, well, I'm 25. Well, I guess, but
You get man strength now. That's what
well,
it is.
yeah.
You just get natural man strength, don't you?
Do you? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
yeah. I guess
obviously.
so. Yeah, because you know, I could,
muscles
I
keep
could
getting
braid,
bigger.
like I could braid a 3-year-old. Like,
Yeah.
like they're not
Probably
going to do
don't.
nout. I won't do it,
No.
but I could.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, you're not going to braid a 3-year-old, but
No.
you are dangerous if you need to be.
Yeah.
You know?
No. I'd punch a kid if I had to.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. You can't even do that anymore, can you? You can't hit kids now.
No, it's frowned upon.
Is it frowned or is it illegal? Where does it sit? I don't know the rule.
I don't know. I wonder if there's actually any people that still like, you know, because it's never really like growing up, like my parents used to like smack my ass, send me to bed.
Yeah.
I never got beat though, like, you know.
No, not beat.
I wonder if like there's still parents that, you know, slap on the wrist, done, you know, go to bed or whatever. But that's not allowed, is it? It's like,
Listen, I'm going to say this, like, if I have a kid, I'm going to beat the shit out of it. If it does something wrong, I'm saying it now. If it crosses the line,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
oh,
Like,
well, yeah.
If my kid's done something bad, I'm going to beat the shit out that kid.
Yeah. Mind you, like,
So it says here, like legally, it says there is such a thing as reasonable punishment. So if you have a reason and it's not severe assault, then you can. But if the violence is severe enough to leave a mark, for example, a bruise or a scratch, it could be, you could get prosecuted for assault on the child.
well, okay then. Well, at least you can still, I guess, give them a little tap.
What's a little tap going to do? You know?
Exactly. I mean, growing up, like, it was my mum that was the one that always used to just scream, like, never took it seriously because she always used to shout. But my dad, like, he never did. Like, I don't think I've ever been shouted. I've been shouted at once. And I
Really?
shit myself by my dad. I've never been, like, properly told off or anything like that, but it was like, I was messing about and I heard him shout my name and I instantly stopped. But I think because my dad never does it or did it growing up, like shouted or anything like that, that one, like, no, actually normally it's just his eyes go big. Like we call it dead eyes. As soon as we see that, it's like, stop what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? So we took him more serious because it was rare and we knew he meant business because he was quite lenient. Like my dad, like my little brother, he's actually like my half brother, but he's had a few run-ins. Like he's just one of them, like he's a little bastard, but he's literally had like, he's taller than my dad now, but he always just had the naughty step and stuff like that, like growing up. But like if they have arguments and stuff now, like he's literally walked past my dad and like give him the shoulder, you know, and then it doesn't work with it. Like he tries to give him the dead eyes and all that. It just doesn't work. But yeah, he's calmed down now. I think he's 18 actually now. He's just turned in May. Well, obviously I said just it's nearly next year, isn't it now? So, but yeah, I think the difference with my mum now, like it's just I just ignore her. She's she does this all the time, kind of thing. But my dad, it was a bit. We weren't scared of him,
No.
but we knew he meant business. Yeah.
Same here. When I was younger, my dad wasn't. He wasn't the physical one.
Yeah.
I had my mum. You know, she was a 5'2" lady. You know, I lived with my mum, so you know the ratio was off, and I was a terror when I was a kid, proper terror.
Yeah.
And the physical side of my mum, like, it was minor. It was look, it wasn't enough. I should have got braid left, right, and centre. That's the top and bottom of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my mums were always like slaps or like with the flip flop. Like,
Oh, right.
My mum was fast with that flip flop.
Oh, Jesus.
She could go flip flop to hand to back of your legs in a second, like Billy the Kid, like real fast.
Yeah.
But they didn't hurt. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just, you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't feel it.
I can imagine a flip flop hurting.
No.
Well, it depends on.
Really. We're talking a 50 pence Primark flip flop.
Oh, just a bit of form.
Yeah, we're not talking about a heavy Havana. Do you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
It was nothing of substance. It was a little cardboard and rubber
Yeah.
I can still remember it. Little bow on it. My sister will be there now. She'll probably be flinching.
Yeah.
Little bow on it and stuff. But yeah, them flip flops, they didn't hurt.
No.
My dad never dished it out, but I do remember once, wasn't a hit. My dad never hit me, I don't think. He should have. He should have braided me left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Wow, little bastard I was, by the way. But I remember once I was fighting on with my sister, and it just gave me a little reminder. I must have been about 12, no, maybe not even that, maybe 10. But I always could get like a bit worky ticket with my dad. I could like push it a bit because my dad never like...
Had a bit more patience, I guess.
Yeah, my dad wasn't physical, so I wasn't scared because he wasn't beating the shit out of me, which is what he should have done. But I remember once I was in his house, in his living room. He'd probably forget this. And I made my sister cry. We were like fighting on. I'll blame her, it was her fault. But we were fighting on. And I remember my dad just getting me off my sister and throwing me. And I can remember being in the air. You know, like, I remember just, and I literally,
slow motion.
from one side of the room to the other, just flew and just in the corner, you know, like, and realizing then, oh, you don't push dad because your dad'll snap you if he wants to. The reason he hasn't hit you is because he would probably kill you if he hit you. That gave me a little reminder when I was a young boy, a little thing that, you keep your mouth shut with that man because,
I'd seen my dad... well, I've got like my older brother. He's the oldest of 4 of us. He was the bastard. Like growing up, like even before the younger one, he was. I don't think he was born. He was very young anyway. But yeah, Jack, he was the bastard. Like he'd run away and like the police would be bringing him back and all that. You know, like nothing major. Like he wasn't that bad of a kid. Like vandalism and all that. He had the police at the door for certain things like running away or whatever. And I remember before, like, my mum couldn't, like, do anything. Obviously, like I said, we didn't really take her seriously when she showered. But she'd ring my dad and say, come and sort your son out, you know, whatever else. He'd come down, obviously, like, found out what he'd done. I don't know what it was. But this one time, I don't know, it took my dad, like, less than 10 minutes. Like, he's from Borough to Gisborough, because I grew up in Gisborough, and he was straight through the door, ran up the stairs. I've never seen my dad like this. And the door, like the bedroom door slammed behind my dad. And I just heard like loads of banging. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he was hitting my brother or anything. But he started like smashing up like his drums and everything, like whatever else. And then I just remember my brother getting dragged down the stairs, threw in the back, like he actually slipped him and then my brother ran off and my dad chased after him. He actually caught him. My brother was actually really quick in school. But my dad, for some reason, for a bigger guy, he actually caught him. I don't know how. But he grabbed him, wrestled him back to the car, threw him into the back of the car, took him to his, and he actually made my brother, like, and he was 15 or something like that at the time, go in the naughty corner. He actually went in the naughty corner when he was 15 and he didn't even dare turn around. And every time he like done that, he was in tears and everything. Like, my dad would scream at him. But that's obviously like just seeing that is enough to like not even know to cross my dad. Like I was like, but my dad's like so laid back normally, and it's just like you just didn't expect that. But yeah, we talk about it now, and he said like he had flip flops on when he kicked the drums, so we laugh about it. He's like, I don't know why I done it because I was trying to be like stern. But it fucking hurt his toe. He thought he broke his toe, and he put his finger like through the laptop nearly. All this, and he gave him this spiel or whatever, like this, saying, you know, how lucky you are and all this, and it's just so funny now looking back. But it's good to laugh, isn't it, when you're like looking back at the stories? But it was scary. It was a scary. My sister was crying like, "Dad, no," you know, like whatever. I think she must have thought he was killing him or something. I don't know, but that was a scary moment.
I bet. Southpaw, did you ever get disciplined when you were a kid? Get the shit beat out you?
No, never. I got lectures, me.
Oh, they're worse.
Yeah,
lectures.
so that like
not angry and just
I think there was one time when I was dead young, and I'd done something really. I couldn't even tell you what I did, but I did something really naughty, and my mum, I think it was with a flip flop or a slipper, and my mum slapped me on the back of my legs with that slipper, and I never ever like I think I shouted at my mum, and I think she slapped me in the back of the legs in front of my sister, And that laid down the law, you do not shout at mum. And you know what, like, so I don't think it's that bad. I think, I really learnt my lesson from that and never ever raised my voice to my mum again. I was dead young, like, but that was probably the only physical discipline. And then, it was just lectures and they were worse. So Dad would sit us down and talk us through like what I'd done wrong and why and what that could mean. And that, for me, that was a lot worse. Like there was points where I wouldn't even, Dad just scream at me, just kick off at me. Like, and he'd just sit us down and educate me. I was just like,
imagine that. You've done wrong and you're getting an educating. You'd rather have an ass whooping, wouldn't you?
Oh, that's what I thought.
You just want to be straight,
there was
straight walloped and get on with it.
Oh, that's all I ever wanted. And there was when you were talking about that, the only thing that sprung to mind for me was my mum really messed up when she was a youngster, like did something really bad. I think she stole from one of her dad's friends and my granddad. So my granddad took my mum to where my mum thought she was going to the police station. Oof, and my granddad drove her all the way there, and because my mum was denying what she did, denied, and said, it's okay, the police have the evidence, we're going to go in and, you'll be found out you're wrong. And like my mum got there, she thought she was going to jail, she cried her eyes out, like only about 12 or something, but really learnt. And that was one thing that stood out to me. I was like, that's a really clever way of doing it. It's like dead calm. I know you haven't done anything wrong, but we're going to the police station just to sort it out because they've lost that. Yeah. And then she got there, just breaks down. He knew, you know what I mean? And
did she admit it in the end?
Oh yeah, she was absolutely crying her eyes out. But that was one thing when you were saying that, it was like, oh God, that's one thing that's like
that's like a Mr. Miyagi move.
It is. It's just like, it's like a Karate Kid moment. Proper it's just like, oh my God, it all makes sense. It's just like, so granddad, wise man, fair play. Like,
do y'all get grounded?
Yeah, so I like growing up, I was the youngest, so I was the baby, I was my mum's baby, I guess. But if I got grounded, I'd be like, it wouldn't last, No. I never really did anything too bad to be like grounded for that long. But my brother, he got grounded for a full month. That's probably the longest I've seen him being grounded, and he had everything took off him, like his phone, computers, like laptops, whatever else, and. But that stuck for a full month. Like she never let up. And I was like, my mum, I think she's a bit like, she's quite easygoing, I guess. I guess she's not easygoing. It's more of like, she just, I can't be asked now. Like, I don't want to, like, she's just one of them, I guess. Like, I hope you feel like this now after a week or whatever. But I got grounded for a week. It didn't last a week.
No.
And I don't think my sister's ever been grounded because she was the good child.
I remember being grounded as a kid. And I think it was attempted a few times, but it never lasted longer than a day. Yeah. Purely just, I was like an ADHD kid. I was up the wall, and by the end, my mum was like, "Get out! You're doing my head in." Yeah. You know what I mean? So grounding wasn't the way, because that was worse, keeping me in.
I can imagine actually.
You get grounded, Southpaw?
Similar to Shane, I don't think I ever did anything bad enough. I think if I ever did, it didn't last, as you said,
It was more just like not listening or whatever, as I already grounded, whatever, but it's not really, wasn't anything serious.
I can remember my mum once grounded. My sister's different to me. My sister was a kid who always liked her own company. Like she was fine. My sister could sit in her bedroom, play with her. You remember Sylvanian Families?
Right.
Again, it's a toy from the 90s. What we did, we didn't have laptops and phones. We had toys. We played with toys, right? There wasn't electrical goods.
Yeah.
And my sister was quite happy sitting in her bedroom playing with the Sylvanian Families and stuff. And I remember once my sister being like, I don't know how she got grounded because she was good as gold, right? Yeah. But there's one time she finally got grounded and like realizing quite quickly that it had no effect on my sister because all my sister was doing is what she did anyway.
Yeah.
It wasn't punishment. You get me? Yeah. So when's your single out?
When's what?
You sang that song, didn't you? Oliver Anthony.
No.
You look like Oliver Anthony.
Who's that?
Who's that?
I don't know.
Mate, he's just spitting dabs. Let's have a look at him.
Yeah. He does actually, to be fair.
I was thinking I'm not a singer. Mate, I mean, I do sing a lot.
Oliver Anthony, you could go to America now, mate, and you could make some money as a double.
Yeah.
Really?
Telling you.
Do you grow that beard out a little bit,
Well,
mate?
a lot of people say if I grow my beard out
Who's this?
and don't get a haircut, I look like Henry VIII.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you look more like him. You could pull that off.
Yeah, sure. That's you know
I
what
think
your
I could.
hair color is identical, mate.
It's identical.
It is, isn't it?
If you grew that beard out, mate, that's who we've got sat here.
Yeah.
So are you bringing any more singles out?
I guess maybe we'll see.
You don't know who this guy is yet?
Never heard of him, no.
Gosh.
No, but he looks like a mixture between me and my brother, my
Does
older
he?
brother. Yeah.
You will have heard him. This song's doing the rounds, isn't it? We haven't got premium yet, Southpaw.
We do, but when you click off it off Google, then you have to watch that anyway. So you could.
We're paying for YouTube Premium, but don't have YouTube Premium.
We do.
Southpaw does though. Not heard this yet.
Working all day, overtime hours.
You're a wonderful
don't
singer.
know.
Bullshit
Thank you.
pay so I can sit out here and waste my life away. Drag back home.
His beard's very like orange, isn't it? Like that's like carrot.
What the world's
beautiful.
come to for people like me, people like you. It's
Yeah,
like
big deal this song at the moment.
Yeah.
May it not be true, but it is.
A few months ago now, wasn't it?
Oh, it is.
I've not heard of him. He's good, like.
Yeah, this guy, his story's pretty amazing. Like he was doing nothing. He was just being a bum, taking drugs. Like he could obviously sing and play guitar. Didn't really take it seriously. He hasn't got a typical singer's voice, as you can hear. He's got his own unique sound, and yeah, he literally went basically from what this looks like. He went in his back garden and recorded a song that he'd wrote, and
Yeah.
it became 2 weeks later. He was on Joe Rogan's show.
Oh yeah, well, that happens to a few people, doesn't it? Like one hit wonders, or or it takes one song, and a lot of people are getting discovered on TikTok now, aren't they? So
TikTok's
you see,
amazing.
yeah, like is it Olivia Rodrigo? Wasn't she discovered?
Is that how she was discovered?
I'm pretty sure she was discovered. I think there's been a couple though.
Who's
Hasn't there?
she? I never heard of her before. What's she sing? Have I heard of her?
Yeah, you will have. She's
What's
had
her
a
name?
quite-
Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
sings
went
like drivers'
she went
license,
viral
stuff
on
like that.
TikTok,
Yeah.
and it's now sitting on. She's got
Yeah,
almost-
there's a lot of people like I think TikTok as well as like one of them. Like the algorithm's just that mad. Like everyone's resorting to it to like be found. I guess like it's just an easy way to sort of get big or whatever. Like, but people get like big off like just eating food. You know what I mean? Like I guess I watch that. I love watching people eat food and just talk. But like at the moment, there's this guy called Bevo, and he just literally has like his spaghetti bolognese or his like chip shop or whatever, I don't know. And all he says is big up the chippy, big up whatever, Like he had some reggae sauce, and he was like big up the Jamaicans. And that's literally all he says, just stuff like that. And I think like he's getting bigger just from that. But there's a lot of people that are just doing stupid stuff, getting big.
Makes me feel old. I don't understand it all. I don't get it.
No.
Like I've heard somebody I know likes similar to what you're talking about. It's a she, and she'll know who she is. She likes to watch people eat. Have you heard of this?
What, like as in if you were like,
So it's a video
right, okay.
of somebody just eating something
Yeah.
and the sounds of them eating.
Oh, like ASMR.
I guess that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, I like. So there's this YouTuber I watch, and he specifically does like ASMR mukbangs.
Oh, what?
So an ASMR mukbang.
What's a mukbang?
We've already talked about this.
It's like them big trays of food,
Just the
like-
big
Oh, right.
foods, and
Yeah.
just talk.
big platter.
And yeah, so he does a lot of ASMR. With the noises. He doesn't talk at all. It's just the noises of him cooking and preparing food and then eating it. But it's just so like I think they must turn up the noise or something like that. And I like watching stuff like that where it's a bit pointless. Doesn't say one word, but you get special guests and everything on there now. So
What other people eat and cook?
yeah, well, yeah, they just cook like anything. So sometimes you can just order like a McDonald's or whatever, but then also he'll cook like a Wagyu steak or something, like quite an expensive one or whatever. And they do like, but there's a lot of people doing it now. But it's just, I guess, just the noise of people chewing and stuff. I guess in person it'll be a bit annoying, wouldn't it? Like, if you sat around the table and someone's just like proper smacking the lips and stuff, you won't be thinking like, oh yeah, keep going. I like that, But
I can honestly say, hand on heart, I've never watched in person or on the internet somebody eating and got any pleasure from it.
It depends what they're eating as well. Like some people do honey, like the actual honeycomb, and the noise of it, like it's like
A crunch.
well, not like honeycomb as in the crunchy honeycomb, as in actual, like from the hive,
From
like
bees
you
and
know,
that.
like the soft waxy, yeah, like that, and it's just so like gloopy. I don't know how you describe the noise, but it's just so satisfying.
I can see the satisfaction in your eyes.
Yeah,
See,
my
it's
mouth's
something that you're
watering
getting
just
down
thinking
to.
about it. Like,
I'll admit I do really enjoy if I've got a big like plate of food in front of me. I'll whack on one of them Beard meets food.
yeah.
So he's just there, and it's like
I do that all the time, yeah,
I
yeah.
quite enjoy eating when he's eating as well, because
Yeah.
he's eating such an obscene amount of food.
Yeah, he does
It
try and
makes
just-
me feel better for what I'm eating, and it's actually quite enjoyable. Like, but yeah, for me, I can't watch anybody eating these massive mukbangs or things unless I've got food in front of me, because it just makes
know.
me so hungry, and then I'm like, I can't eat them, and I can't watch them because then it'll just make me eat all the time.
Yeah, the thing with me is like if I get hungry, I get heartburn, and I don't know why.
So you have to eat.
So, so when I'm like watching the mukbangs at like 2:00 in the morning, just in bed, like on my phone, I'll start getting heartburn because I'm like, oh, that's making me so hungry. But I
You're
don't
watching
know.
the shit in bed.
Yeah, sometimes I don't struggle to sleep, but I won't get tired if I'm watching that. Like I could literally be on it like till 2-3 in the morning just watching it.
No way. Man.
Yeah,
Sitting in
that's
bed.
the only time I would watch it. I think apart from like Beard Meats Food, I'll eat my tea with it and watch it if I'm not with my girlfriend.
That's
But
crazy.
Yeah, it's
I
just
didn't know that was a thing.
yeah, it is quite weird, isn't it? I think like. But that's just what everyone's doing. Like it's content and it's making like people famous and
Yeah, I mean,
it's very
some of these will
watched.
have millions and millions of views, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're making a fortune just off eating food and recording it.
Well, yeah, exactly, and it can't get demonetized because it's just eating.
Suppose.
But I don't know why people are so like fixated on it and like
I think it's
wanting
like
to.
I think it's sexual at any time.
I mean, I don't. Not for me.
Some
I
of
can't
them-
speak for anyone else. But
Some of them ASMR things I've seen. I went through a little phase years ago when I first heard about ASMR.
Yeah.
I used to go to sleep with it on, like for a little time, literally only a few weeks. I've always liked something playing when I'm going to sleep. Normally, I like a storybook, right? I have audiobooks.
Oh, okay.
I'm quite selective. I pick audiobooks where they have nice voices. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a whisper.
Yeah, like a Matthew McConaughey voice or
Yeah.
a nice voice. This guy I'm listening to at the moment, Tom Segura, he's a comedian, but he's got a really nice voice. And he like lulls you to sleep. So I have been a storybook guy, and somebody got me onto ASMR.
Yeah.
And I did find a guy on YouTube called The French Whisperer. Great name.
Okay.
And he is French, and he whispers.
I can imagine that.
You know what I
being-
mean? And he tells you a
yeah.
story about Atlantis under the sea, you know?
Yeah.
And this beautiful French
That
accent.
sounds like a very good impression. Not that I've heard him, but it sounds like that's what he would sound, and it sounds very satisfying.
It's beautiful. It rocks you to sleep. But I remember one night, his video finishing, and then went on to the next thing. And this is how I found this woman, ASMR Glow. Obviously, she is an attractive lady, right? And she's got quite a, one of them, the eyes and the smiles and stuff. And, you know, it sets certain things off in your brain. Do you know what I'm saying? When you see her, you're like, oh, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And she's getting like microphones and she's like,
Yeah. And
she's like,
doing the tapping
and she's like rubbing them and stuff with her
whispering
nails and stuff. She, she got all her nails done nice. She got beautiful hands.
Yeah.
She's got lipstick on and she's smiling and like, I'm definitely sure that isn't just about the sound.
Maybe I could probably understand it from like if it's that sort of content, because like whispering and stuff like that, I guess it probably would be quite. It could be that sexual, but I mean, I don't think I'd like. Could you fall asleep to that if your mind's going to that?
I tried it once with the sounds. I just found it irritating. You
Yeah.
know, people scratching stuff. And
Yeah,
it's not for
I
me.
can imagine.
Feels like there's like mice or rats in your room. You know, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, I just go to sleep now. I used to go to sleep watching telly, like just put something on in the background, like Benidorm or something. Like just shit TV, like good, but you've seen it before, like loads of times.
Something
Just-
funny.
Yeah, something funny,
lighthearted.
but yeah.
Family
So,
Guys are popular.
Family
one, innit?
Guy's a good one. I love Family Guy, yeah. And what's another one? Like Rick and Morty, that's one of the like a newer one that people are watching, I guess. That's really good, to be fair. But yeah, it's
Cartoon based thing, is
just
it?
cartoony shit stuff. But
Adult cartoon.
yeah. But
No,
that's the
let's
stuff
have
I
a
used to
little
watch.
shout out for South Park, by the way. It's still going.
I haven't watched South Park in ages, but I used to watch that like when like growing up.
Same.
But I used to love it. It was one of my favorite ones on a night. Like when I was, obviously, it's just it must have been on drugs or something. Like
brilliant.
Yeah,
It's brilliant.
yeah. It was one of my favorite ones. But yeah, I like now like Family Guy as well. That's another good one. But what's it about like Simpsons and stuff? But like there's all of the stuff like it's since like about like the writer's a time traveler.
Right.
Have you seen like scenes in The Simpsons? That's basically getting like it's happening in real life.
I've heard of this. Yeah.
So obviously they're saying like the writer, who is it? That
Matt
actually
Groening.
Matt Groening, what is it? Yeah. So like that one, yeah, Donald Trump being president and stuff. It's like the actual scene happened, but there's like a few others as well, and I think there's been another one as well about giants or something being found. Oh, not an angel.
Right. I mean, we haven't
and-
found an angel, like.
Yeah, like an angel has been dug up somewhere, like, and it happened in The Simpsons years ago, but it's just happened again. I think so.
You saying we've dug up an angel?
Well, I think it was more of like a statue of an angel rather than in The Simpsons. It was
An angel.
an actual angel, yeah, of bones of an angel. So it was a bit different, but that's supposedly the next one. But the same with COVID and that, the coronavirus. Yeah, there you go. It was
What,
actually,
they predicted this
yeah,
in
and-
93?
yeah. There's actually a scene of like some Asian like cartoons there, yeah, at the top, so, and the coffin in a box, and that's basically how the where it's but they say it came from China. So
China.
yeah, but it's like crazy. But is there any others sort of like cartoons or TV programs that are like that?
What, predicting stuff?
Yeah, that have predicted things that have happened.
Not that I've heard of.
No,
No, not that I've heard of.
I know The Simpsons done the Kobe Bryant one as well. Like, so Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash.
Yeah.
Simpsons predicted that.
Did they?
Yeah, that happened in The Simpsons.
There's quite a lot of them, isn't there? Like in The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
That's it there. It's the year he died as well.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
What, they actually predicted the year?
It's mad. I didn't know it was as far as the year, like, but yeah.
Is that real, South Park?
So he looks like he died in 2013, but they had it as 2014.
That's close enough. But yeah, but yeah, no, they're predicting, like, I just think it's mad. Like, do you believe if it's like time travel's real?
No.
Because apparently, like, science is, theoretically it is possible, if you can, bend space and stuff like that, which apparently can be done theoretically. But I don't know if apparently there's loads of technology that isn't really sort of known about. It's like, where it's Area 51, like government things, that the technology is so much more advanced than what it is actually like shown to people, you know what I mean?
Have you ever gone down the rabbit holes with that Graham Hancock guy, Ancient Civilizations on Netflix?
Right,
Mate. I wasn't really open to, I didn't know anything about it. There's a documentary from a guy called Graham Hancock. It's called Ancient Civilizations. He's done loads of stuff, books. He's been around for donkey's years. He's in his 70s now. And he is basically giving his opinion on evidence on things like the pyramids and the Aztec this and that they had technologies that we can't comprehend.
Yeah.
That these people didn't have hammers and chisels. They weren't doing this stuff with hammers, chisels, and ropes and livestock. That they were bending time and using sound to move stuff and stuff that we we've said this on here before. Like at the moment in our world, all we know is how to move things with bangs. We move things with explosions.
Yeah.
It's propulsion. Like we set things on fire and things move. That's what we do. We create explosions. But
Yeah, I've seen that it's been proven that like
how they move all them stones.
Well, yeah, they say like even the cuts, like how they're being cut, like
Tolerance
the edge
is too thingy.
It's just how have they got it that precise with, like, not even our technology these days could get it that precise.
No. And some of these rocks have come from other sides of the world and hundreds of miles away. Like, what you're saying, you moved them with ropes and people.
There's a few theories on it though, isn't there, of how they done it? You know, that would actually be more legit, but I don't know how.
But I'm definitely like interested in this. I'm not saying I don't know what I believe. Do you know what I do believe? I do believe they didn't do it all with hammers and chisels. That's what I do believe. And that's what we were taught at school, innit? We were told that. Like, it was all like people wearing like loincloths and oxes and ropes. No,
slaves, just like I don't know how that would have happened though. Like,
I'm not buying that. Look at the size of them.
Especially like, you know, without anything, you know, the technology of having like actual like, you know, schematics and all that sort of stuff. Like, have you ever like freehand built something or whatever like that, like, and it's just gone skew-if?
I've messed a few daisy chains up before.
Yeah, well, how have they like, you know, even like carried them like rocks up wherever and placed it in the perfect position to then build that so like precise? Because it's like, what is it, on the northeast, is it northeast, southwest sort of the corners of it? Like, that's as close as like point something to the millimeter.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah,
they are bang on.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't see how they would have done it like just by hand.
Again, yeah.
And multiple people doing it, as how they say, like, no one can work that good as a team, can they?
No, I mean, it doesn't seem like it. Look, maybe, but it's the thing we're taught as facts seems far-fetched. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like what stereotypical like historical books tell us, that seems far-fetched now. When you actually open your mind up and think about it, that doesn't seem like that will be possible.
Yeah, but there's a place actually there's a pyramid that's actually built. It looks more like a mountain, but it's got all of the same, like, it's pretty much the same design as the ones in Egypt.
It's in Mexico.
So it's huge. Is it that one? Yeah. And that's even built more like precise to the actual like northeast, southwest, like even closer to the actual like millimeter, and it's so much bigger. It actually looks like a mountain.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, but it's like covered in grass and all that sort of stuff. But like, I didn't know that. You only really talk about them ones in Egypt, don't they?
Oh, there's these things all over the world.
Yeah.
There's loads of these different things. There's things in Turkey they found, what's it called? Something Tepe or something. There's loads of these sites all over the world which don't make any sense.
It's even like the hieroglyphics and stuff that the Egyptians have drew, and it sort of shows like giants.
I mean, they're all on drugs, let's be honest. They're all taking hallucinogenics and all sorts.
Do you know what they used to take?
What's that?
There's this thing called blue lotus flower.
Right.
I actually bought some. It's totally legal.
Right.
But apparently it's good for like chilling you out and all that. It's pretty much like you smoke it like you would weed or anything like that. But I got some this here, and this was what the Egyptians used to have. But it kind of blew up on like TikTok. That's where I got it from.
Have you smoked one?
Yeah.
How did it make you feel?
Well,
Ready to build a pyramid?
yeah. Apparently it does actually. It focuses you a bit more, but I don't know how, like, I didn't really feel more focused, but I felt like...
Should we get some
tired.
Southpaw?
We can get some.
Let's smoke some lotus flower.
Okay.
I'll try that.
I just bought it off eBay, some pre-rolls. But yeah, apparently it can make you tired if you're struggling with, like, you know, insomnia, like stress, anxiety can
Sounds
ease.
and looks a bit lavendery. You know what I mean?
It just tastes like a fag. Like,
Does it? Probably was. Some guy just on a fucking eBay shelf. Here you go, mate. Yeah.
I mean, I will say,
send you
like,
some. I'll pass that £6.
Yeah, I gave some to my girlfriend, and she'd just woken up from a nap. Like, obviously she has like seizures and stuff, like she has a condition and stuff, so she can be really tired after them. She just woke up from a nap, and then it was like kind of, she woke up too late. She had some of that, and she was ready to go straight back to sleep.
Yeah.
So I think it does help with like chilling out and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. People use it for like focus and stuff like that, but it just tires you out more, I think, and chills you out a bit more, and apparently makes you more aware as well.
It's probably less dangerous than sniffing cocaine, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
So what are you doing with yourself now? You working?
Well, I'm starting my own thing, aren't I? So, I basically my uncle's got his own like clients. He's basically a designer. He does something else now, but he does design and like websites and stuff, like branding and all that. But he has some clients that I kind of, I help out with him. Well, he basically passes the work on to me because he can't really do it. He hasn't got time with his current job. I don't even know what he does. He's working on a project, like a management role, whatever. And yeah, so I deal with him, and then I'm actually sort of starting my own thing. So I've got a website ready to launch soon. I've been moving though, so I've built it, but it needs launching. And then my socials and stuff will be going.
But you are officially open for business.
Yeah, like I'm getting bits of money here and there, you know, like it's not doing too bad without any sort of marketing and stuff, I guess. But obviously it's just getting the clients and getting that middle ground of pricing, I guess, because you don't really want like at the moment I don't want clients that are going to be like wanting to not pay much, but like wanting everything for like that. Like I'm happy to do like a sort of cheaper alternative, like, you know, for a website, but don't expect everything with it. Yeah. And then as soon as you sell them like a price for that, it's like, well, if you want something more, it's going to cost this. They're like, no, because I don't really like pay, like, I don't put too much time into it. Like if I know they're not going to buy, you know what I mean? I don't want to think, but I need to sort of work on sales, I guess.
So you're developing websites, that's what it is?
Yeah. Developing websites. I do other services as well. Obviously just like, I guess just the standard stuff that should come with a website.
Branding.
Like branding and design and stuff, or like, you know, SEO and whatever else, I guess. So
a one-stop shop for online needs.
Yeah,
basically.
Pretty much. But
you're doing e-commerce, you're doing brochure sites?
Yeah,
no?
Pretty much mainly brochure and e-commerce is like what I'm happy to do. I guess I'm open to other things if they want it. But yeah, I think like what a guy just came to me there. He said he wants, you know, like ChatGPT
installed in it.
He wants to install to his website, which is not really like, it's just like something I can integrate into it. But it's like a chatbot, a smart chatbot, I guess. I'm not sure how you would configure it and stuff, because realistically ChatGPT, like you go to their like OpenAI site and you can ask it anything. Like, I wonder how this one's going to be configured to sort of help specifically for his company. Do you know what I mean? So do you have to give them like, do you have to give it like any keywords that it would listen out for and stuff? I guess, I don't know. Because normal chatbots and stuff, you would configure like, it's more of like pre-answered questions, I guess. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes, but yeah.
So if anybody wants to find you, how could they find you?
Well, I have a website going up soon, and it'll be webedge.tech is the URL.
Say that again,
www.webedge, like WEB and edge, .tech.
.tech. It's going live soon.
Yeah, it's launching like very soon. And then same with Facebook. It's just like Facebook's just WebEdge. Instagram's webedge.tech. You can find me there. And then, yeah, all the details are on there. So
if anybody out there wants a solution, is what you would call it.
Yeah, a web solution, yeah.
A web solution. It's WebEdge.
WebEdge.
You find it across all social platforms and...
Well, just Facebook and Instagram at the moment.
Well, what else is there? You know, they're the ones, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly so.
And the website's launching soon?
What website's launching soon, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you, mate.
Oh, yeah, you too.
Yeah, you're sparkling.
I've missed you.
I've missed you too.
I've missed everyone in the office.
I missed you too. Yeah.
So,
but it's nice to see that you're happy, nice to see you smiling. I wish you all the best of luck with WebEdge.
Thank you.
I'm sure you will. You're very skilled, very talented.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it does well.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming. Be the first of many, I hope. You'd come back. We're not dickheads, are we?
Nah.
We're all right sounders, aren't we?
Sometimes.
We're all right. We're all right.
Yeah, I know.
Free water, free coffee.
Yeah. And Red Bulls.
And Red Bulls, mate.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming. Shane Bowen, people like us, appreciate it, mate.
All right.
And that's the end of that.
All right, cool. Thank
spot
you.
on.
Thanks for having me.